We expressed our agreement to this scheme that was laid out by the US, UK, and 15 other nations. Unfortunately, you also what happened when Netanyahu reached New York, he just rebuffed all this peace plan, and he's still doing that. So that's a text that is still binding to us. The Prime Minister had just reiterated that we're still attached to this text, asking for a ceasefire, 21-day ceasefire, and meanwhile negotiate a diplomatic arrangement that would address all the concerns.
So you think that there could have been a ceasefire and that was derailed by the assassination of Mr. Nasrallah?
That's a statement of fact that is known to everyone, Trevor. We're dealing with the warmongering Israeli government. And I think when they tell you that their concerns is about rockets being fired, when they tell you that their concerns is about 60,000 civilians that were displaced from northern Israel, there is a diplomatic way to address these concerns. Well, they chose a different path. They chose a path of violence, of brutalizing a whole population. It's not even about Hezbollah. They scapegoat groups here and there, like they scapegoat Hamas in Gaza, but it's not about Hezbollah. Today it's about Lebanon, it's not about Hezbollah. Hezbollah fighters came in a context. It's not a justification, it's just you need to understand how the genesis of how this happened in order to be able to address them. Israel occupied Lebanon for 22 years. And then when we had this 1701 framework, they continued their occupation to enclaves at our borders. So there is a pillar principle in international relations. Security can only be based on mutual security. You cannot expect your neighbor to give you security when you don't give him security. That's why we said the only way to address that is to put all these grievances on the table within this UN framework and address all concerns. Well, when you are in a posture of occupation, how can you speak about self-defense? You're occupying part of the Lebanese territories.
Do you accept that Israel has the right to defend its territory?
When it's in an occupying posture, even international law, when you are an occupier, when you have an occupation posture, does not grant you the right for self-defense. We have to deal with the crises at their inception. We have to look how they started. They always talk about October the 7th. All the Arab countries, they do not condone the horrors of October the 7th. But look at September of 2023. September came before October, I assume. 200 Palestinians were killed in the West Bank. So October the 7th came in a context, and that is not meant to justify. We all were shocked by the horrors of October the 7th, but they came in a context. No, I think we're stakeholders for peace in the region. We have subscribed to the Arab Peace Initiative, which speaks about peace in the whole region. However, you need conducive situation. You need cooperation from the other side in order to get to peace. Lebanon does not seek war. Lebanon has always been the victim of wars of the region, and now the victim of Israeli extremist government.
And Iran?
It's part of the region, and we need to find a way to accommodate all the stakeholders. It's not that Iran will disappear overnight. It has always been in the region. It's an important actor in the region. It has its plus and minuses, like all others.